Dena, food is one of the last pleasures that we have, and this man is stealing it from us. I wholeheartedly agree. Jerry, you've been here like a week. Yeah, I'm a follower. Always have been. Dena, you found her. Dena, can you help? Nice pick.
All right. Welcome everyone to another episode of Reading and Healings Live. I'm Monika Dena Huppertz of Whole Heart Energy Healing. And I just realized my hair is not the nicest looking today. Anyways, it's winter in Canada. At least it is in Alberta and Edmonton. We had snow a few days, and usually a first snow will often go away, but that has not been the case. We've got several inches on the ground, and there's already the footprints in the snow. So there you go. We went from autumn to winter in the blink of an eye. So, and speaking of changes, there is now a lunar eclipse going to be happening. My understanding is mountain time, it'll be starting around 11 p.m., 11:02 to be exact. And Eastern, that makes it 1 in the morning. Prime time will be, I think, 2 in the morning, Edmonton. So that's 4 in the morning. So if you are an early riser, you might still be able to catch a good glimpse. Apparently, we should be able to see it anywhere in Canada and probably the US as well. A lot of changes are happening. This lunar eclipse is said to bring in fresh new energies and new opportunities. So today we're going to find out what those opportunities are. As I pull some cards, we'll find out. 1, 2, 3 cards is the thing. So, hey, I have one that's upside down. That's interesting. So we have this one here. Balance. Oh, isn't that interesting? Good. This one here. The moon, ha ha ha. That's hilarious. And let's try this one here. And I'll have to look at it because I can't tell. Looks like it's the 2 of wind. Winds of change. I love how these things turn out, and you can get a real good feel for them. So let's see what we have today. First one is balance. Hey, I never knew this was here. I was looking for a table of contents before. I never found it, and all of a sudden I find it. So, and I've been working on having things going a little bit easier for me. Page 78. Well, isn't that interesting? I'm not having to flip through this forever and so on. All right, balance. Here we go. Just going to turn on some lights here so I can see a little better. Here we go. So we have an angel. He has 2 lovely cups. I like the rainbow, the arc behind him. And he looks pretty balanced, centered. The feet, one in the water, it looks like, and one on land. So that's interesting. All right, so let's see what the card says first before we go on. It says, blending of the ideas of others with your own to create something extraordinary. That's exactly what I'm doing right now. And I was going to tell you about that this week. Successful compromise, the power of diversity, self-control, patience, and balance. So I love this. That's very interesting. Very interesting. All right, so the book says, actually it doesn't talk, I speak for it. The book reads, Archangel Ezekiel. Ezekiel? He's here to help bring balance to your situation. With warm color rising from one cup and cool color rising from the other cup, the full rainbow of options is present only where they meet. I think that's hilarious. So true. So true. And I certainly didn't catch on to that. Warm, cool, and then you have the rainbow in the middle just above his head. All right. A quote from the ancient philosopher Aristotle that reads, "The whole is greater than the sum of its parts," encapsulates the balance card. At this time, ideas from multiple sources or efforts that are the result of contributions from more than one person will create something bigger and better than what each individual might have offered alone. I love that. Now is the time to be open to compromise and cooperation with others. The perfect resolution is one in which each person's input is taken into consideration and blended with into a win-win situation that everyone can feel good about. This could be a good time for finding your own personal balance. Go for quiet walks, talk to your angels, and release whatever anxieties are currently challenging you. Be open to aha moments and epiphanies from the divine. Really nice message. All right, so additional meanings of this card: moderation and self-restraint, merging viewpoints to create a superior opportunity. A moderate peace, striving for an appropriate reaction to the situation at hand and waiting for perfect timing. I love this. Very good. Well, since actually, you know what? I'm going to wait until after the 3 cards are talked about. So that was balance, but I promise I will. And in honor with our lunar eclipse, here we have the moon. Beautiful full moon in this picture here. Interesting that the lady's garments are swept off to one side. Balance in her picture around her. All right, so let's read what this has to say. Listen to your intuition and pay attention to signs from the divine. Could talk about unnecessary worry. Let go of your fears. Revelations that will make everything clear. Wonderful. All right, and so the moon, now that I have, honestly, I could not find this table of contents before. Page 86. So I think that's hilarious that I do now, after I've been working on it for a while. Good things come to those who persevere, I guess, eh? Okay, the moon. Archangel Haniel is associated with subconscious, your intention, your intuition, and divine gifts. She can help you see the truth in any situation. You are an amazing, intuitive, and divinely gifted person. It's natural at times to become aware that something is at work in the universe that you don't have complete clarity about. You may be getting signs in the forms of synchronicities, psychic hits, or nighttime dreams that seem particularly vivid or powerful. Don't let this worry you and allow the fear to take over. Instead, ask your angels to give you clear messages that are easy to understand. Pay attention when your intuition tells you that something for someone isn't quite what it seems. Sorry. Bask in the glow of magical moonlight. And I'm going to go out tonight and see if I can take a peek before heading off to bed tonight at the moon. And allow your divine gifts to guide you. Know in your heart that all will be revealed very soon. If you feel that you need help, draw another card or have someone else do a reading for you. If any part of your life no longer feels right, then trust your feelings and make the necessary changes. Know that in the grand scheme of things, your worry is unnecessary and your fears unwarranted. If you are tempted to let these emotions take over, shove those temptations aside. Be confident that your gifts have brought this matter to your attention and that you'll soon know all there is to know. Well, that is very encouraging. Additional meanings of this card: psychic awareness, seeing what you didn't see before, no longer being afraid, becoming a professional intuitive or reader. Yes. Hidden information and the power of your sleeping dreams. Very interesting. So that's the moon. There we go. So that was that card there. And our last one, balance, moon. And now we have the two of wind. Two of wind. Now, I don't know if this will show me that quickly too, but we will find out. Look at this. Air. Oh, so must be air then. 2, 164. Must be wind. 3 of air, 2 of air. Here we go. On the card, we see a woman with crossed swords in front of her. A bit of a veil kind of streaming behind her. The ocean waves coming in to the shore. Her cloak enveloping her. All right, so the card itself says, being unable or unwilling to make a decision, follow your own heart rather than trying to make others happy. Pretending there is no problem, overanalyzing a situation. Boy, this has got to be for me. I don't know about you guys, but I know it's got to be for me because I've been experiencing this. Very interesting. All right, 2 of air. There are times when it's really hard to make a decision. The statements can be between you and someone else. The stalemate, can be between you and someone else. But more often, it's an inner conflict. You may very well be torn between the choice that would make you happy and the one that would make someone else happy. Here's a hint. Choose what will make you happy. Trust your divine guidance. Ask your angels for help and then go with the messages that you receive. If you find yourself at odds with someone else, you may need to compromise or ask a third party. They can come help with a mutually beneficial situation. Additional meanings of this card: complicated negotiations, overanalyzing the situation, pretending there's no problem, self-doubt, and difficult decisions. And isn't this something? Wisdom card, it says, the moon represents a time when unknown becomes known and clarity presents itself. Ask Archangel Haniel to help you connect with divine wisdom so that you can make spiritually wise choices. Oh, I think that's hilarious. So there we go. This is what I just finished reading, 2 of air. There's the moon. And we're bringing it all into balance. All into balance. All right. So in keeping with what's going on with the lunar eclipse, if you can take a peek at it, apparently, according to research, there hasn't been one particularly like this one in 500 and, I don't know, is it 80 some odd years, something like that, under 600 years. So I don't know that I'll be around for the next one. So I'm going to take advantage of this one and see what it's all about and absorb the beautiful energies that it has to give off. And you might enjoy doing the same. All right. Next, I'm kind of nervous to share this, but I'm also excited. I have been working on an idea that I had several years ago. And I started a group close to 3 years ago now, and been running it for almost 3 years, called Beaming Healing. If you go to my website, www.wholeheart8.com, WHOLEHEART, and then the number 8, wholeheart8.com. You will get to my website, Whole Heart Energy Healing. And if you're curious, the 8 was my way of sneaking in that infinity sign. I seem to be drawn to it a lot. And so in order to make the website address a little smaller, that's what I did. Put the infinity sign in there. So wholeheart8.com. And you can look up there under free for the taking, or just free for the taking, under goods and services. I think the bottom of the page, it has Beaming and Healing. And it was a service provided, like I said, for about 3 years. We met weekly, and people have been receiving a lot of good benefits. What we did was we came together and focused on a particular statement, some to do with health, some to do with the world's health, some were on financial gain, some were on job creation. There was a few, and then people could also throw in whatever else they wanted. And the idea was that they were beaming this out to the quantum field with their intention. Some intended it and saw it beaming through a third eye. I often did the beaming from my heart. The heart has been a symbol I've used since childhood. It's been my favorite shape forever. And the idea is you're sending out this beautiful intention, and you're not only sending it out, but you're also receiving it, because the others in the group are sending it out. And so we're giving, we're receiving, there's balance. And people could put in requests and then have their own particular issue. So if somebody was having problems with fibromyalgia in their fingers and so on, they could ask for the group healing in on that. You might be aware of things like prayer circles. I mean, that's been going on for thousands of years. People pray over a body for health, vitality, for a marriage to be successful, for the birth of a child to come out easy, and for the child to live long, happy, and healthy life. So this is along that line. However, there's no religious base. It is just simply beaming out your intention. So sending it out, seeing that information going out to the people in need, and receiving it into your own self as well, allowing it so that your life can be changed for the positive. Well, I have been doing that for free for these years. And I came across an article that was talking about self-actualization. and what it would be to have self-actualization happen to a person. And there were a lot of different categories. And I thought of the times when I was doing beaming healing that we addressed a lot of these. We talked about love and relationships, personal power. We talked about financial and having gain, having grace and ease of manifestation, health, of course, situations. So whether it was family situations getting better, especially when people were getting together over the holidays, we asked for grace and ease to be present in the homes so that when family gathered, there would be little or no bickering compared to what it was in the past. And we're looking forward to, improvements and letting things go. And then it came up with a couple of ideas that I hadn't had, and that was of your own desire to contribute to the world. I thought, now that's interesting. I liked that because that's, I know, my own desire to contribute to the world and be of service. So I put together a series of 10 different areas and grouped them in together. And the idea was for me, because I can do this, to send out the frequencies that would come to the people who wanted them, and this will be a paid service, and do that beaming into the quantum field and have the people positively affected. Now, with the almost 3 years of beaming healing, I know the benefits that have happened. I mean, people have received jobs, they had plumbing fixed. It's funny that their own body was going through problems, and fixing a plumbing issue in their house ended up fixing their own plumbing, their own internal plumbing in themselves. And we hadn't made the connection at the time, but afterwards it was like somebody said to me, there is a connection here, and I didn't realize that. So I'm going to be doing this in the very near future. I don't think I'm going to get it out before Christmas for purchasing for Christmas. I don't know, but I will definitely be trying for the New Year's so that you can help yourself do well into the new year. So the topics that I'll be doing have to do with authentic confidence, your calling and life purpose, prosperity and prosperous living, health and self-care, your supported spirituality, being creative and manifesting, love and intimacy, inner harmony, and positive empowering influence and impact. And what I liked about this was, there is a vast variety of things that I have beamed out in the past. So if I look at, for example, the idea of authentic confidence. So imagine receiving the energies of promoting your own self-confidence that would promote your own self-confidence for you to be able to act on your own inner knowing. How about trusting your own judgment? What would that be feeling like? Confidently expressing your thoughts and ideas. Can you imagine the things that you could get accomplished because you finally could find those words and have those thoughts at the right time and be able to articulate them to the people that would be able to help you, support you, or you could help and support them because you could share this information and then they could run with it? How about voicing your needs or your feelings? How about your desires or your visions? Can you imagine how that's going to help impact your life in such a positive way? Having the power to create your own reality instead of relying on what fate hands you. You are the master of your own fate. You are capable of getting up that gumption in yourself to be able to take those steps and create that reality that you want. How about getting to the roots of old beliefs and patterns of childhood and past lives? Things that were keeping you small and reserved. It's interesting what we pick up. One of the things that I know that I didn't realize before, but had been working on it, was why do I always need, and that was the thing I thought, I needed to wait to be invited to go somewhere or to do something. So invited to kids' parties, invited to go out to the dance, and just be able to show up by myself. When you're a teenager, I wanted to ask my friends, and I know some of them were going, and sometimes I would, be feeling good, and oh yeah, yeah, I'm going to, good, I'll meet you there, great. But sometimes I needed to be invited, and that kind of an energy stayed with me well into adulthood, where I wouldn't just join in unless someone, nodded my way and acknowledged my presence, if I'm coming into a conversation of a circle of people. And I wouldn't pipe up anything until someone acknowledged my presence. And then I felt, okay, I've been invited in. Now I can share stuff. I mean, can you imagine how limiting that was? It was extremely limiting. How about connecting to your most wise and powerful self? You have your own soul that you can connect with, or a higher power that you can connect with, or guardian angels, or whatever it is that you believe in or have faith in. So whether it's yourself or a divine power, you have something that you can connect to that is wise and powerful. Heck, even the what do we call it? Mass consciousness. There are so many great ideas out there, out in mass consciousness. This is where we get the idea, and then 3 or 4 different people will make the same device. I think the light bulb was one, the telephone was definitely one, and there have been a few other things. I think the car was one. There's been a few where people in different areas of the globe somehow were accessing that that knowledge, and the download came to them, and they acted upon it. And some did fantastic, and some not so much. And if you're thinking about, well, some of these people might not have had quite the confidence that the other ones did, guess who pushed forward with their ideas? It's the ones that persevered and had that self-confidence, that authentic confidence that you can have if you desire to have that particular set of information broadcast to you. And letting go of limiting beliefs, well, that's a game changer right then and there. I mean, my whole business basically is on letting go of limiting beliefs. And so those are just some, and like I say, I'm not finished. It's not exhausted yet. The ideas of what I can send out to various people so that they can have a better life. And so I'm very excited to bring this out to the world. I know it will be of benefit. I've seen it. I know of other people who transmit energies and are doing fantastic in their businesses. At the time, I didn't have the interest, but now it's like somebody's poking me, hey, you have this ability, it works, it can go out there. So please get on it. get off your duff and do something about it. So I did. And it just took that extra email about self-actualization. And I thought, well, I don't know if that's really what self-actualization is, but that doesn't matter because they're right in their mind and that's all good. But I know what I know for me and the people that I've worked with over those years and the changes that they've had. I mean, some of them, that you can't believe the difference in their attitudes and their behaviors, and they don't even realize it. Only when you point it out, you know that 3 months ago, you would not have said this, that, or the other thing. And now here you are sharing this information. Did you know that it has been a long time since I last heard you complain about the pain in your hand, when everybody in the group heard of it multiple times throughout each session that we had for months and months on end. And all of a sudden, they realized, you know what, you're right. Because the subtle shifts were just adopted into themselves as, well, this is my reality. And they conveniently forgot what it was like in the past. That's a good thing. In those cases, you want to forget what it was like in the past. You want to let go so that you can move forward. You want to be able to take those steps and embrace the new you. And you can't do that by holding on to these old albatross that you have in your around your neck and everywhere else, tied to you so that you don't move forward and you just kind of spin your wheels in one spot. So I am looking forward to sharing that information with you in the very near future. Like I said, I will try for Christmas and put together some packages. I already have a price and how much I want to charge and what you get in it, and you can have more and more and more. And it would be daily transmissions from me. I would do a scan of the people, and I scan through their aura. And I also, because I've been doing this recently, the last, I don't know, 6, 8, it's got to be 9 months. 9 months I get a yes to, where I also work in tandem with their ancestors and also past lives of them. So there's a lot of bits and pieces and peoples that are getting healed when I do this scan, and we see, okay, so yes, it's Joe, but it's Joe and his grandparents, and then theirs and theirs. And I go back several generations. I haven't figured out a number yet, how many to go back, but I'll be told, and that's what I'll do. Plus past life, past incarnations, and see what I can do for that, and be able to help that whole area, and then see, what do you need? Because as the person living here on Earth, you're the one that's going to be experiencing that, and then they in turn tune into the energies and can experience the release, the relief, the upgrades, the feeling better and better and better and moving forward in life, because on the other side you still have your own forward trajectory that you want to take and continue on. So I will try. I definitely will try. But I like to make sure that everything that I provide for you is of top-notch quality, and that you'll always be pleased. Now, you can't please everybody, and I can't take responsibility for everybody being pleased or not pleased or however that goes. And I won't, because I'm not in control of their life path. I'm in control of mine. What I do, what I think, what I say, how I be, what I don't know why I said save, and what I do to overcome my own obstacles that I've agreed to learn about and experience here. So, and I've come across some new information that I'm just so excited to get this out. You guys have no idea how it's going to be great. It's going to help a lot of people. And that's all I want to do, is to be able to help a lot of people, and for them to benefit and move on and make it their new norm. This new higher version of themselves is their new norm, and then later on this new version of themselves is their new norm, and so on and so on and so on. And life just gets better and better for them. Doesn't mean that they'll ever have, or I'll ever have bad days. Yeah, because there's still life lessons and things to that nature that was decided upon, and so you do those things, but it's only through the adversity that you grow. My sister saved a seedling. It was growing, of all places, on the inside of my car. My car had been wrecked and had not been moving for a while. And dirt had accumulated in a little pocket area. And son of a gun, this little seedling got in there. And we decided, okay, so it's time for the car to be towed and so on. And so as we're cleaning it out, she discovers this little seedling that's growing. Well, we rescued it. It's now on its second year, and it was flourishing. Actually, it was flourishing, but then it started to kind of wilt a bit. So it wasn't as strong and forthright. And so we were looking up on the internet to see, so what's this all about? And I came across an article just by chance about a guy that was looking after these trees, and he had them in a very sheltered area where no wind could get at them. And at first the trees were blooming and growing and doing what they needed to do to be strong, healthy trees. But then they were weakening. They got to a certain point in their growth and they couldn't continue on. And in his research, it was the winds force against them that made them stand erect and push against that wind so that they wouldn't topple over. And so that's how they grew strong. And the way we grow strong, same thing. We have adversities, and we need to be able to push back to those adversities so that we can grow strong and grow and move forward along our life path. So I just found that fascinating. So when summer came this year, we put it outside. And yes, we had little straws around it for the longest time because it had grown quite weak, actually. And eventually we could take those straws off and just have very little support to it, so that it was getting that wind, and it was holding its own and being strong and doing what it needed to do in order to be a healthy, strong tree. And it has grown, I don't know, so now a foot tall or something like that. But it's looking stronger and healthier than it ever had before. Since it was starting to weaken. So it was getting nice and strong again. So we took it in this time, but eventually it will be planted outside so it can continue to grow and be healthy and do what it needs to do. So don't be afraid of the adversity. It's your chance to grow. It's your chance to learn. It's your chance to overcome things and be stronger for it. I know at the time, it don't feel like that. It hurts. Whether it's an emotional strength you needed to gather, or from pain that you need to get over, physical pain, which in all likelihood was caused by a lot of mental anguish that you put yourself through, and the body just couldn't hold that energy anymore and started to tell you, hey, 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 look after yourself. You know, this area of your life needs it. And you look into medical books and you go, oh my goodness, the liver needs detoxing. You detox your liver and all of a sudden you're feeling better. But, you know, the pain was there to show you, you got to look after yourself better. It's a warning system, just like fear. I did 2 years ago now, Facebook Lives on fear and the reasons why fear is our friend. It's not a foe. And people were learning a lot about themselves and how to overcome the adversities and start looking at fear as something to, I wouldn't say embrace. As who wants to embrace being scared or frightened of something, right? But if you can look at it from a logical point of view, that, you know, what are you afraid of? What really is behind it? And you start analyzing your own thought patterns and feelings, you know, you might realize that, you know, you're still doing something that you did when you were 4 years old. You did whatever it was, and you have, in an adult way, continued that behavior. And it's amazing. You realize that, you find that root cause, you get rid of that root, all of a sudden you've grown and accomplished things that you never could before. Anyways, well, I hope this has been of benefit to you. Wishing you well. Hope you do get to see the lunar eclipse tonight. I don't think it goes into a full blood moon look, so it won't be as orange, but there should be an orange, they call it an chambre, something like that, whatever it is, and be able to enjoy that beauty, but also the energy by this moon, and just accept it. Accept the wonderful energies that are coming your way, and know that you are protected. Nothing else is going to, you know, hurt you. You are fine. Things aren't going to come and get you or anything like that, like some people are worried. I think I was one of them back in the day, a long time ago. But realizing that you decide that you are safe and protected insofar as you know, energies go, and you are, you know, you have that firm conviction that you are fine, you are strong, you are safe, and you move forward with that courage of conviction, then it's all good. It's all good. So hope you do get to take that in. As for myself, I'm going to be eyes to the skies tonight, and hopefully gaining some good vibrations coming my way too. So, Monika Dena Huppertz of Whole Heart Energy Healing, wishing you a wonderful, wonderful Thursday, and hopefully we'll see you next week. You take care, all. May God bless. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.